Earn is going quite well now. Yeah.
How long do you think it is before somebody can earn a living on Earn?
That's a great question. So I think the long-term goal for Earn is anywhere there's a phone, there's a job, right? So just like you can open Twitter and waste your whole life on Twitter, right? Fight on Twitter, there's always someone ready to fight, you know? So like, you know, just like you can do that on Twitter, the goal would be to do that for Earn, but productively, right? So the last 10 or 15 years of social networks, you've been liking, poking, and tweeting each other and making friends. And I say, screw making friends, time to start making money, all right? So you open up, the vision would be you open up the Earn app, you scroll through it, there's these various tasks, and initially, and here'd be the ultimate vision, right? The ultimate vision would be you're a person, you're in India, you're in Africa, you're in South America, you have a phone, right? But you don't have anything else, right? So you boot up the Earn app and we don't know anything about you, you just know you're a human being. And if you're a human being, well, we can give you CAPTCHA style tasks, right? So you do like, you know, labeling of images. This is a cat, this is a dog, you know, like 2 clusters, 1 cluster, whatever, right? And then we can push educational content for free into that feed, like a JavaScript course, right? And then if you do well on that, boom, now you can join the JavaScript list and start getting $10 tasks, right? And so in this fashion, we would add, you know, like a lifeline to anybody anywhere in the world where they could like, you know, start doing tasks, learn, boot themselves up, increase their human capital. Go ahead.
Can you contrast that with Mechanical Turk?
Yeah, big difference. So the big difference is Mechanical Turk, if everybody knows what that is, Amazon Mechanical Turk, you can have low skill tasks that are done. But Amazon Mechanical Turk has no concept of a profile or identity or high skill tasks, right? So because of that, it's limited to the lowest common denominator that only a human can do. But if you combined Mechanical Turk plus LinkedIn profiles plus crypto, you have something that I think is way more powerful than any of those individually, right? So for example, at scale, you could do something where, hey, I want to get a second opinion on a medical thing, boom, let me hit 1,000 dermatologists, right? I want to get a second opinion on a contract, boom, 1,000 lawyers, right? And those folks can answer those messages while they're in line at Starbucks or what have you, right? So I think that's going to be a very important application for crypto over the next 5 or 10 years is earning, and stay tuned to Coinbase for more on that.
So this, if you sort of generalize that out for a second, it's an interesting concept because what you're really doing is you're taking all of these pockets of talent all over the world and sort of unlocking them, and it's kind of interesting sitting here in San Francisco and Silicon Valley, which has enjoyed effectively a monopoly on technical talent for 20, 25 years.
Well, that's a great example. You're redesigning a thing, let me get a second opinion from 50 CTOs, right? You pay them $100 each, boy, that's cheap relative to anything else you might be doing.
So does that make you think, you know, if that's the way the world plays out for the next 5 or 10 years, are we at peak Silicon Valley? Like is the like sort of the monopoly of Silicon Valley having, you know, all the talent in one place basically over?
Well, so is it over? So I think peak Silicon Valley arguably was 2016. And the reason I say that is I think in retrospect, that was the first year that it was proven, in 2017, it was the first year it was proven that decentralized crypto networks can achieve valuations like on par with like the biggest Silicon Valley tech companies, right? That's a new thing, right? The only thing that has a greater network effect than Silicon Valley is the cloud itself, right? And that's the only thing that, you know, can beat it. It's obvious in retrospect if you say that, but everything that we've been doing in Silicon Valley, what have we been doing? We're putting docs in the cloud. We've been putting you know, Hangouts and messaging and social networks, and every single thing is in the cloud other than the last piece, which was venture capital. Venture capital remained a bespoke business where you'd walk up and down Sand Hill Road. And do you guys know why? Why people walk up and down Sand Hill Road? It's because of the 1934 Act, right? The SEC prohibits general solicitation for investment, right? That's why you can put a billboard on 101 for users, but you can't put it up there for investors, right? So the entire ICO movement in 2017, obviously its legality in the US is still TBD, but when you start going from the mental model of a country, or rather the government to a government, right? Well, there's 100+ governments in the world. It's probably going to be legal somewhere, right? And that's essentially what's transpired. So once you were able to raise capital online at scale in 2017, that's the end of Silicon, like that's peak Silicon Valley, and it's just declining from there, and I think the power moves out. It's less obvious today because we're in the crypto winter, but like when the next boom comes, it'll be like very obvious the power shift that's happening outside. There's other dynamics as well. I mean, like, you know, price is a signal, and that signal is saying, get out, right? It's saying get out of San Francisco, right? Like San Francisco is expensive and getting expensiver. If you look at like, the Lyft IPO or all these IPOs that are coming, there's a lot of people who have a lot of capital to throw around, and they're going to bid these already exorbitant prices higher, right? At the same time, there's other graphs that show, quality of life in San Francisco is dropping or whatever. So as price soars and quality of life drops, at some point you start getting a breaking point, right? Your seed round will go 3 or 4x, outside of San Francisco, and that's another topic we can get into.
Yeah.